Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. Before we start today's show, I want to thank all of our amazing patrons over on patreon.com/makeusbetter. Today's episode is brought to you by our amazing executive producers, the wisest of men, Nick from Next Level Games, and Joel Brooks. We love you so very much.
If we ran Nintendo. If we ran Nintendo. If we ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 66 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host, co-host in all the land.
Don't start over.
Sean Capri. I'm not, it's going to keep flowing, man.
I'm not perfect. Man.
I'm not perfect.
That's all right.
I've said it
before. Nobody said you were. Literally nobody said that you were.
Listen, when I think you remember the times when I used to, screw up 60 times at the beginning of the shows, and I would have to. It is better
just to keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. Just it's a flub. Just keep moving.
It's nice, man. We're starting a little later this morning, but it was nice just to sit down and just have a little chat with you.
Yeah, we'll talk.
It's nice.
It is. It's fun.
I got my coffee here.
So do I.
I'm in all Nintendo pajama wear. Really, if people wanted to know, I've got. This is a shirt that Chelsea got when she was working for Nintendo. It's like a Donkey Kong shirt. That's awesome. It's the Wii and Donkey Kong's way down here with Diddy.
That is amazing.
Got some super comfy Super Mario pajama pants.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And that's all. You know what? Last night we were supposed to play. Hard, oh my lord, dude!
You've been working real hard.
I've been every.
Is this 2 weeks of Nintendo Talk?
This is the second week of Nintendo Talk.
Two full weeks of Bobby on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Every day, I come home from work, I eat dinner, I come downstairs, I record. Takes me till about midnight before I'm done doing what I got to do, and then I go to bed and wake up at 5 in the morning and start the day over again. Yeah, it's but you know what, man? It has been amazing. Really has. It has been an amazing ride. Just the support is overwhelming. I am 4 people away from 600 subscribers.
Wow.
That's almost when it hits 600, that's 80 people in a week that subscribe to the channel. That is massive, man. But it's not just the subscribers, but dude, the outpouring of comments, people commenting on videos, giving their, it's exactly what I always wanted with the channel. You know, It was a pure interaction with the people that watch. It's insanity, and I put a video up, and I wake up the next morning, and there's all these new subscribers, all these new comments. So what I do is I wake up in the morning, get dressed, come downstairs. I spend about 30-40 minutes answering comments, and doing all that stuff, and then I go to work. And then throughout the course of the day, my phone will blow up and I'll have all these comments, and I'm just answering them as I go. It is a pleasure, seriously, to do. And then the Nintendo Talk Lives have been so much fun. They're
so cool that you just mix that in there. I didn't even realize you were going to do that.
I didn't realize I was going to do it either.
Yeah, man, it is so cool.
That all stemmed from our E3 stuff that we did, and when I learned how to. That's why I wasn't telling anybody, but when you were the one day we were supposed to stream, and you were or you could just stream yourself. I was testing things because in my mind that's where I wanted to take things.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because leading into, just full disclosure for people, leading into about 2 weeks before E3, before Nintendo's E3, I made the conscious decision to buy this new webcam, because in my mind I thought, I'm going to start a new series where I just talk from my desk. I'm going to call it Nintendo Talk. I did that series. I tried to do that series 7 months ago, and it was more of a way to try to promote our podcasts. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this series, I'm going to make it my own, I'm going to do something a little different. And so leading in, I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. But then I had created the overlays for you and I to do a sit down or watch the E3 conferences together. And once you like laid down stuff, I'm like, why can't I do this? And I was like, so I started tinkering with it and messing with it. I was like, wow, I really like this. And, and then when the opportunity came, I was like, I'm going to try to do this. So I tried last weekend with Barry Dunn, and it failed. And then we worked out the kinks. And
technically.
Technically.
Technologically, yeah. I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
It wasn't Barry Dunn.
No, it wasn't Barry. It was the technology.
Not that that's the way you said it. Just don't want people to think that.
It was the technology.
Don't think that, people.
My faulty technology skills wasn't able to get it to work. And then...
No, man, I was with you on that. That was making no sense.
It did. And then all of a sudden, I was just like... I was like, you know what? Let me go YouTube it. Let me see. And then, sure enough, click. There was something so stupid. I was like, oh, Lord. So I got Barry on, we did it, and then just so happened that Josh Thomas messaged me after that, and was like, yeah, let's do something, man. I was like, you want to do something today? And he's like, let's do it. And this was on Sunday, and so him and I went for an hour and a half or something. We talked Nintendo, and it was a great time. It was fun talking to Josh for the first time, actually face-to-face, and just picking his brain and seeing where he was with E3 and stuff, and then... I was trying to line up somebody again for this weekend, and I had messaged Ian that you had on your podcast. Follow him on Twitter. What is that? Ian. What?
Ian, why not?
Ian, why not? Is his Twitter handle?
Ian's awesome, man.
He is, dude, and I'm a huge. I want to go to Japan one day, and it's been one of my dreams. And like to know that he's living there, living my dream, I'm like, man, I want to talk to this kid. So
you guys are practically neighbors, Bobby.
Yeah, he lived in New Jersey. We started talking about that, and I'm like, this is crazy, man. So it's fun. It's been fun. So then we turn around, right, and I reach out to Chris White, and Chris has been on this show. He's been on the Geekcast before, when it was the Geekcast. So I start to talk to him, and he's like, you might want to listen to the latest Life of Gaming before you ask me to come on. And I was like, oh, Chris, what did you do, man? What did you do? So I go and I listen to it, and I'm like, oh, God, he's burying Nintendo. Man. So then I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's talk, because as I was listening to the podcast... I'm
shocked that you guys were able to have the reasonable conversation that you guys were able to have.
Well, because...
it was very balanced, because he has very definitive things to say.
Yeah. He's very cut and dry. He's very cut and dry with it, and I am too. Like, people that know me know I'm very stubborn, very bullheaded, and I'm like, this is it. This is the way it is. But going in, I knew how him and I were, and I was like, I can't approach it like that. I gotta let him speak his mind, and then I gotta come back with counterpoints to everything. I thought it was a good episode, man. I really
Bobby, do. I was gonna say this before we start recording. I want to let you know in front of everybody. I feel like you've turned a corner, and I know that because I've been on the other end of when an argument happens, and when two like immovable forces collide, it's not pretty. No. And I have to say, both of you guys in your oddly like agreeable but like hard-headedness had such an amazing conversation, because I found myself going like on both sides, going like, yeah, man, Chris is right about this. Absolutely, I totally agree. Wait a minute, no, that's a little too far. And then you'd step in and be like, yes, Bobby, yes. I'm like, maybe we're swinging a little, like the pendulum's swinging too hard the other way. But like, you had a very, I think, balanced approach to Nintendo, and I think the other thing too is that Nintendo gave you a better hand to play with as well. Like, normally when you're defending Nintendo, like you're not really working with a lot. No. And I don't think that Nintendo had like the grand all, and I don't think that's what anybody's saying. No, that they had this like amazing E3 conference or press spotlight. But you had some really good points. And my thing, as I listen to it, I'm inserting myself into the conversation, I think like a lot of people do when they listen to these things, is Nintendo's releasing more than I can afford this year. Yeah. So that's a success. That has to be at least a B in my books. Yeah. B in my books. Yeah. So I just wanted to compliment you. I thought that you, because he said some very disagreeable things, some maybe even aggressive things, and I think you took it very, very well. You took a deep breath and said, look, man, here's what I think. You got this and you got this. And normally there was a point, I think, when you're saying like, you know, they've got Rocket League and then they've got something. And I hate that moment. I know this as a podcast where you know there's a big batch of stuff and you're just
You can't remember. You
I
can't
can't
pull it.
think
Yeah.
of it right now, but it's there.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens because like of a true brain block, but sometimes it's because you're making things up on the spot and you're like, there really isn't a whole lot there. But
Yeah.
I knew in that moment that there was something in your brain that you could pull out, and you turned a corner and you got those other games out
Yeah.
and actually made such a strong point.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like I actually found myself like cheering for both sides. It was like a boxing match, and like I felt like an old guy, like, man, get him.
The crazy thing was I was sitting here, right, and I look up at the corner because when I have the view up, I'm looking from the behind the scenes of the live thing. So I have the chat up.
Right.
It's showing me the numbers. It's showing me how long we streamed for. Like, it's showing me everything through the YouTube analytics. And I look up at the beginning, and there's 3 people in the thing, and I'm like not even paying attention. We're talking, and I look over again, and there's like it's up to 11, like within 10 minutes, and it just stay. Because normally when I do a live stream, like with Josh, it was up quite a bit, and obviously because his fan base is going to come in and watch. But like normally it'll go up and then it'll just taper off. It went up and stayed up, and I was like, that's huge. Like for me, who's getting started and stuff, that's big to see. Like people are coming and they're entertained by what's going on, and I was like, that shows that this is a good conversation.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah.
It gives me an idea, actually. I don't know how technically this could work, but do you ever watch Around the Horn? It's a sports show where they've got the guy used to be on PTI, used to be like the behind the scenes kid from PTI. Yeah. And he has a host of people, like 3 or 4 people. They're all talking about topic, and then they all bring up their points in. And I can't remember his name. It's like Jason or something. Jason? I can't remember. Somebody will correct me. Nobody will. Nobody watches sports. Let's believe for you. But he awards like points as everybody is kind of like going around. Yeah. I could see that being like just rip that off, man, because that's what I felt like I was doing. Like when you mentioned you're looking behind the scenes, you're looking at all the stats and everything. I was picturing like boxing stats, like how many hits are you getting in, how many body shots, how many little jabs and stuff. I loved it, man. It was good. It was so good. If people missed it, you got to go back and see it. I thought it was like in this day and age, in this when console wars are just ridiculous and nobody can seem to have like a really good conversation about one way or another. Check that out, man. Those really stand out to me because typically they devolve into just how many teraflops or what, like just nonsense. The stuff that doesn't matter. I thought you guys did a really nice job.
It was fun. It was a blast. And
by the way, Xbox technically did win E3. They actually had the most articles written about them. There were some studies, but no, it's fine.
Stop. When you look at the statistics, when you look at the trends of who's tweeting the most and the biggest internet pops, that was up there. Metroid was way up there, man.
And the funny thing is with Zelda being so huge last year, and before it released this year, if you were to say to me that's all they need, I would laugh in your face. I actually think that I totally did that. And then this year, when you say something like all they needed to show was Mario and that would have been enough, suddenly people are listening to that. Because
and that was my thing. Like, to me, they only need to show the one massive game that's going to be huge this year. You know what I mean? Like, dude, if you would have told me before, when it was NX, if you would have said to me, Nintendo's going to give you Zelda at the beginning and Mario at the end of the year, and they're going to both compete for Game of the Year, I would have said, you're insane. That is not going to happen. And it's happening.
Yeah, we've been hurt before in video games. We automatically think, okay, maybe one of those can be great, which makes the other one not great, which of course doesn't make any sense. And let's be honest, like, it is such a good time. Shout out to Greg Caldwell too, because he said we can shut down the show because I think Nintendo's in pretty good hands now. Like, it's like,
he did say that. He did say that to us.
It is better.
But you know something, and here's the thing, and I didn't even think about this till just now that I should have said to Chris was, so traditionally,
that's the worst after
I know. But traditionally, Nintendo always grabs the spot of the Friday before Black Friday is their big holiday game. Everybody thought Mario was going in that spot. Surprise! It's going in October.
So that game is ready.
But that to me tells me that they have something else up their sleeve that's going to hit in that spot. Yes, absolutely.
I think you bundle it at that point.
Maybe you bundle it, but I don't even think that's the case. I think it's something massive that's going to hit. Maybe Smash Deluxe or something, but they have a game in their pocket that's going to hit that spot.
Let's talk about that. Like, don't we have enough? Do we have enough? Because I think we have enough.
When you look at Reggie, and Reggie went through the list, and he's like, we have a AAA exclusive every single month. A true exclusive. Not, hey, this is a timed exclusive or none of that stuff.
That, man.
It is a legit, you're only getting it on Nintendo. Dude, no, not everybody can say that. Sony can't say that. Sony can't turn around and go, we have an exclusive hitting every single month for the rest of the year. That is huge what Nintendo was able to pull off this year. I tip my cap to him.
That's what I mean. Like, we don't need anything more than that.
No.
Because the one point that I think Chris was getting to, but maybe was exploding about, but this is the thing that I agree with him on, is what is 2018? Because, like, to be honest with you, if it's Yoshi and Kirby, that's not really getting me too hyped.
Well, and that's what I was saying.
So let's say we can save a Smash for next year. We can save a Metroid or whatever. Like, yeah. That's
why I was saying, like, I felt like Fire Emblem, the true Fire Emblem game, that's hitting next year. You got the Yoshi, you got the Kirby. I am excited about Yoshi. I'm not too excited about Kirby. I'm not going to lie. You have whatever Retro Studios is working on. They still haven't announced that. That's coming. There's the rumor of Metroid actually going to be ready in 2018. Whether that's true or not, that's time to tell. And then you also have the fact that, like, Pokemon is coming in 2018. And that's what I was saying to Chris at the end of the show. Like, when Pokemon comes, that's lights out, man. Pokemon alone can sell 20 million units.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, just stop the madness, man. That game alone is going to turn the corner for Nintendo. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think that once that game hits and it's a true Pokemon game, everybody, all the doubters, all the people, dude, do you have any people you bring on your show? This is the truth, and I pay attention to this. They're all the people that you bring on your show. Kaylee Woomer, all these different people that are PlayStation fanboys through and through, hardcore, kind of funny people. Every single one of them talks about Pokemon. Every one of them. So you think about all those people that are going to jump ship, man. They are going to not jump ship per se, but they're going to jump over and buy a Nintendo console because they want the latest Pokemon game. And then while they're there, they're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this. And the one person, and kind of funny, that's going to be like, ha, I told you guys, is Zyger. Because Zyger jumped on right away. It was like, love it. I love it. You know what I mean? So I give him credit.
And let's be honest, it's not even going to be just another Pokemon game. Like, we've been limited in the past with what those games could actually be. This is a Pokemon game on a console that you take with you.
Yep.
I mean, come on. This thing was built to be the flagship Pokemon game.
Yep. Absolutely.
It is going to be... You're right. This is the thing. Not only make doubters into believers, but this is the type of thing that takes a 3 million install base to a 50 million install base.
Yep. Absolutely. It's that one game will do it, man.
And it's amazing because I don't care about it at all.
You know what?
Like, and I'll be intrigued because something of that magnitude, you got to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But like I can't remember if I played X or Y last time, but it didn't quite grab me.
X and Y did grab me. I did buy Sun. That didn't grab me too much. But I'll be honest with you, man. I'll probably buy it, and I'll probably actually dive more into it because of the television and the on-the-go aspect.
Yeah, man. It was a fish hook that sort of let loose a little bit. You know, I bit.
Yeah.
Got away.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was the fish or Pokemon's the fish. Am I fishing for Pokemon? Can you fish for Pokemon? That was in Final Fantasy 15. That's a VR game, Bobby.
Magikarp you can fish for.
Oh, Magikarp.
Oh, God. There's a rumor today that Bandai Namco is working on a VR game for Mario Kart. Did you see that? I guess it's an arcade game.
I thought it was a like an arcade. Yeah, exactly.
It's an arcade game. But that's the step, man. That's the step.
It'll be at Nintendo World.
Yeah, I'd probably try.
Can we go to Nintendo World? Can we start?
Yeah, let's go now. Let's go
just
now.
put away all our Bobby Big Bucks.
Let's just start. Dude. Oh, listen. Nick's gonna be upset.
I'll bring Lincoln.
I cheated on Nick this week.
Dude, that is so awesome. You need to get that sticker off. You use a hairdryer.
And then I bought
Although
this
you might
one
not
too.
have one.
I bought Top Gun.
Blades of Steel and Top Gun. I've never played Top Gun.
Top Gun's good. Top Gun's good, man.
I feel like you told me about that.
And then I bought this one too.
What do we got here?
Wrestling.
Techno World
This
Wrestling.
was such a good game. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know.
Dude, that's my favorite ever. Just that wide screen. They just like slide across. That is so good.
They took those amazing cutscenes and threw it in.
I was bad at wrestling games growing up. Like, of course, like I've talked about this before, never having one. So I would go in playing for the first time, always.
Yeah.
And those games are a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
I would just get rolled. I didn't even care, man. Those games are so good.
I used to play.
Where'd you pick them up from?
It's called
no,
Level Up Entertainment. It's a store.
Level Up Entertainment?
Yeah, Tony and I went to. It's another mall. It's in the opposite direction of where Nick is, and it's a mall that I actually went to all the time as a kid. Like it's right from my neighborhood, like where I lived. So I went there, and Tony I went there, and we were like, let's go grab lunch over at Olive Garden, and we hadn't had Olive Garden in a long time, and I used to go there all the time. You know what I mean? So went over there, had lunch, came home. I took a nap, and then I duked it up with Chris White. I was like, yeah, man, here we go. This is good stuff.
So, Chris White.
I love it. Man, so, and that's the other thing I was saying to Chris was, I don't see how people can really complain about the Switch right now. Dude, I'm buying games every week, dude.
Is he for real? Is he selling his Switch? Is that a real thing?
No, I don't buy it.
Is he joking?
I think he's just joking.
Stop.
But my thing is like, dude, I've got Cave Story Plus. I like that game.
Are you? How far are you into it?
I am
because I really liked it.
Into the second world, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like
so you're starting. To
I got into the rabbit section. Yeah, I got into the rabbit section.
You're kind of like, what is happening?
I'm like, what the heck is going on? Mm-hmm. And then I like warped out to another section. That's where I'm at now. So it's tough. It's not easy, but I like it so far.
It is one of those games you need to sort of explore. What are the boundaries and like how far back do I need to? When I need to backtrack, how far back do I go?
Yes, yeah, that's always
a little time consuming.
I have like one foot kind of playing it back as I'm leaning forward. I'm like, am I supposed to go back here or go forward? Like, where am I? So I'm still figuring that out.
I think I found in general you don't need to go too far back. Like, it's not quite like Zeo Drifter where you have to kind of go to a completely different area and find something and then go back. I think it was pretty well self-contained, but it's open enough that you could get very lost very quickly.
So I bought this week.
Dude, that's nice. The
Hori Pokken fighting pad.
Yep.
But I bought the Pikachu one, the special edition Pikachu one.
Very nice.
They have the regular one is just white, and the regular one is beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
So I misspoke when I talked about it on Nintendo Talk this week. It does work with other games.
Oh, good. Yeah.
All I have to figure out is how to get to home button, because there's no home button on it. So I don't know how the hell to get out of it to go back to the main screen. But man, when I tell you this is the most...
How many triggers does that have?
It's got 2 triggers up top. The weird thing is...
Oh, no, sorry. I meant like on each side. That's... Yeah. So
it's got the 2 triggers. It's got one and
just
one.
like an R1 and L... Okay. So you can play with games that need that second...
But then the ZR and the ZL are right here.
Oh, they're on the front. That's like the original Xbox controller.
Yeah,
they had black and white buttons instead of a second. They hadn't figured out that a second
could
like
go
a
up
bumper
top. But
better.
But I'm like, dude, when I tell you it's the most comfortable thing in the world, like I was playing.
It looks good.
I was playing Mighty Gunvolt Burst with this.
Oh man, everybody seemed to know that was coming out and got it first day, and I'm like, I felt totally blindsided by that game.
So good, man, so good, just like Mega Man.
Is that on Switch?
Yeah, that's
what
I bought it
on 3DS.
3DS comes this Friday.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's what I was. I don't know. I don't know where my mind.
$10, best $10 I spent, man. Best $10 I spent. It is so good, man. It is what Mighty Number 9 should have been, all day long. Like it is amazing. But I bought that, right? So I'm like, dude,
I got time for all these games.
I'm up to my ear. And then yesterday I went back to Zelda, and I'm like,
when does DLC hit? Are
Friday.
We not like 2 days away from this thing?
Friday's the DLC. That's why I went back, because I was like, I need to go back. I need to get my whereabouts again. And so I'm like running around.
We get the Heroes Trail with the first pack, right?
Yeah.
I think this is gonna bring me back. I'm gonna finally maybe beat it, Bobby.
Man, I played for an hour yesterday, and I'm like, oh, I love this game.
Isn't it nice that you can go back months later and have like that reassurance that you're like, yep, still game of the year.
Yeah, man.
We're now halfway through. We're more than halfway through the year.
I dive back in. I'm like, oh, this is so good. Although I went up against Lionel, and
Oh, yeah.
smoked me.
Oh,
And
for
I'm
sure.
like, we're back to this again. Like, I used to be able to beat him. It'd be a little bit of a battle, but I could beat him. And I'm like, yeah, this is not good.
I haven't beat one yet.
Yeah, they're tough, boy. They're tough. It's amazing that they're harder to beat than Ganon is. That's just...
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yes. Like, Ganon was like... To me, Ganon's a cakewalk compared to one of those things. Because those things just are beast mode. The cool things about them, though, is they won't mess with you unless you pull a weapon out. Like, you can walk right by them, and they won't do any... They'll stare at you. They'll stare you down the whole time. And the minute you take a weapon, it's out. It's game on, man. He's coming after you. Mm-hmm. And it's so... And if you beat him, it's so worth it beating him. Because you get such the hookup with, like, weapons.
I wish there was an achievement for that. Every now and then I do something in a Nintendo game. I'm like, it'd be really nice if it just kind of, like, a little charm came up right now. Because that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like, ARMS to get, like, a perfect and, like, against one of the end guys or something. Yeah. There's just so many. They should have it. There's no way around it. I'm sorry.
Have you been playing a lot of ARMS, or?
I've been trying to get through the Grand Prix, and I'm trying to figure out, and I had the same sort of experience with Mario Golf, actually. I'm trying to figure out why Mario Kart, I have no problem playing the same courses, the same Grand Prix over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And then with golf, and I'm finding the same with ARMS, I'm like, I'm not really that compelled to, like, just get, other than just to see the little crown appear under each character.
Yeah.
Once you win. I don't know. I think I'm glad I've got it for multiplayer, and I think that we need to talk about setting a little something up for that.
Yeah.
Because I think the lobby situation for ARMS is one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In a game. I love the different modes that happen, and you can kind of like float around. You see Dave Moore over there. You're like, oh, am I gonna get paired up with Dave? Oh, maybe next time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that, and I want more on that side. But I do think I've heard some criticisms of the game that's a little thin on the single player side, and I can't disagree.
No, I can't disagree either. But I think that's gonna get ratified once it's complete with the DLC. Like, they're going to continue to support this game. We're going to get more characters. We're going to get more stages.
I'm glad I have it. That's for sure.
I haven't really played much of it. I'll be honest with you, man. I've been wrapped up with Cave Story and
dude, you're making like 17 videos a week. How the hell are you supposed to play?
That's the other thing, man. I can't. I don't even think about games. I'm just videos. Tony's yelling at me because she's like, I want to play Fallout tonight. I'm like, all right, let me go record my video and I'll text you when I'm done. And I'll text her and she comes running downstairs and start playing Fallout. And I'm like, while I edit and stuff. It's exhausting, but man, it's been a blast. I can't complain at all. I love it. I'm trying to think what else.
My PlayStation's telling me to go all digital, Bobby. Keep spitting out my disc in the middle of the game. It's just like you're playing along, and Horizon especially, it's got like the campfires for save spots. You got to find a campfire. Pretty unforgiving in terms of save spots, and all of a sudden it's just like it just throws up my disc. It's like bleh. And then that's it. You're done. You can't keep playing. You got to pop that disc back in. I've tried tightening that screw. Everybody, it's not working.
That's
a real pain in the butt.
Man,
I don't play too many games with a disc, but I can't remember why Chelsea and I got that. I think we had pre-ordered it when they first revealed it.
Yeah.
At E3 like a couple of years ago.
I still got to get that and try it. Oh, you know what? I want to say this.
Oh, tell me.
So last night, I busted out the C-bands after I did Nintendo Talk.
Yes, for your little bit of vertigo.
Started playing a little Metroid Prime.
Uh-huh.
Didn't have a problem.
Sucker's working.
They're working. So today I'm actually gonna change the batteries out in my Wiimote because they were dying. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm actually gonna start over from the beginning.
Stream that, dude. I don't know what it is. I just want to see you stream playing video games.
Yeah,
I really want you to do that.
What I really want to stream
is do more for me, Bobby. Make more videos.
Listen, if we hit the $75 tier, that is part of the deal. I will stream once a week.
That's coming up, man.
It's close. People are
doing video for We the Gamercast pretty soon.
It's amazing, man.
Should have made that number higher.
Dude, people are just nah. You know what? People are amazing. They really are, man. We got such an amazing community that it just blows me away. The support, man, and coming from people like you don't even expect, and it's just like, wow, thank you so much, man. It's just unreal. Speaking of supporters, let us jump into a topic here, shall we?
Might as well.
Luke Lohr, he actually sent this. We were going to try to hit it last week, and we weren't able to. But he says, if we ran Nintendo, what type of rewards should My Nintendo give to Switch? So at the moment, just so people know, there's a rewards program that Nintendo has called My Nintendo. It was kind of like the follow-up to Club Nintendo. And right now, you can get rewards for the 3DS and you can get them for mobile games, 3DS, and Wii U. Nothing has been done for the Switch yet. Basically what it is it's discounts on games. Sadly, right now, I own everything that they offer, so I don't even spend coins at all. Occasionally, they'll give you like wallpaper but the thing that's a little different than in the past is you actually lose the coins if you don't spend them in an X amount of time.
It's insane.
Which is stupid. That is so dumb. Mm-hmm. But they haven't announced what they're going to do for Switch yet. So it's a little different. And I think we should dive in real quick and break it down to what we would do if we were at Nintendo with this stuff. First off, I would revamp the whole system. I think it's not wise what they're doing. Like, I think giving people a discount to a game, it's nice, but it's like you were giving away. When you had Club Nintendo, you were giving stuff. There was better stuff. You were doing video games, but you're also giving away physical items. Mm-hmm. One thing
exclusive items. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
is that you could only get them through that system.
Yeah. One thing that I would love to see them do is I would love to see them turn around and go, by the way, at E3 this week, we have shirts that if you're at E3, you can earn. Mm-hmm. If you can't make it to E3, guess what? For this week only, you can turn in coins to buy these shirts or hats or pins or whatever you want. And we're going to get them to you. Keep them limited. Keep them, exclusive. Maybe do it the week after E3. Because they don't go through all that stuff. They still have stuff left over after E3.
That's why I like this idea.
Yeah, so you turn around and go, hey guys, we have all these shirts left over. It's these sizes that are available. This is the quantities. Go. And you can, you can earn them back. It'd be nice because, listen, there's people that can't get to all these shows, especially like E3. It's very limited to get to. But, in the past, you were giving all this stuff to media people. It wasn't even going to fans. I mean, I'm sure the media people are fans, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't going to the average fan that,
I know what you mean.
That buys your games. Like, no offense to anybody, but, like, Greg Miller's not buying your games. Brian Altano's not buying your games. Per Schneider's not buying your games. You're giving them to them for free to review copies and all that stuff. Like, they're getting all these games for free. This is a way to say thank you to your people that are buying games. You know what I mean? Like, it's a way to go, hey, you guys, man, you want this Super Mario Odyssey shirt that we have? Guess what? Here it is. It's going to cost you 10,000 coins. Go. And then this way, what it does is it gets people to actually spend the coins, but it also gets them to try to earn coins ultimately. And that's the whole thing. You want and there's two coins with this. There's silver, platinum like coins, and then there's gold coins. The gold coins are given to you based upon games you buy. So the way I would view it as, and the platinum coins are earned by achievements that you do in games, or whatever. Like you play for this amount of time. If you do this, if you check into this, you can earn these coins. So what I would do is I would say all the game discounts that they already offer would be tied to the gold coins. All of the exclusive items, the shirts and hats and stuff, would be based upon your gameplay, what you're doing, the time you're putting.
This is a whole nother level.
Yeah,
You're crazy.
So what you say is, if you want this exclusive E3 hat, or you want this exclusive Mario visor with the cappy eyes on it, then you have to spend platinum coins on that. If you want to buy Super Mario Odyssey with a 10% discount, you have to spend this many gold coins on it. So this way you're rewarding people for buying digital content from you. But I actually think you can do it with physical content as well. It gets carried over. But I'm not really sure how that works, because I bought a couple physical games and I haven't seen any of them codes inside. I have to look. Haven't really looked. And there's nothing in them. There's nothing in them.
No, it's just a digital side.
It's just a digital side. So if you did
Which
push...
is so weird. I mean, that's Nintendo's own way of getting more margin out of their games, right?
Yeah,
To drive you towards buying digital. It's really no surprise there.
And we've had that conversation before. I don't want to get too deep into it at this moment, but like, why do I buy physical over digital? Because I'm getting a 20% discount from Best Buy, and it's a no-brainer for me. I'm not getting anything from the other guys. Like, I bought
and Nintendo fans haven't really been taught really to go look digital either. Like, Nintendo doesn't have an active, like, a force of gravity pulling people into the digital eShop, right? Like, with and I've said this before, I'll say it again 100 times over. People need to realize with the Xbox games with Gold and the PlayStation Plus games, the purpose, it's a perk that it's a value add for people. But the purpose, the reason that these businesses developed these programs was so that every single month you go to the PlayStation store, you go to the Xbox store, and you go buy a game. You have to learn how to do that. You get trained in the behavior. And actually, this is proven even more with Xbox because they switch out the dates and everything. They don't have... Like, they get you to do it twice a month. They get you going into the store twice a month and go through the whole process. Another reason that you see, like, this is why I believe this, is they don't just give you the games.
Yeah.
If the purpose wasn't to train you how to buy games on digital, they would just hand it over. You go, oh, here's your reward for being a subscriber. That's why Nintendo needs something like that, because it can't just be these digital rewards, these codes. They need something for people to go in and just go through the process so that it makes it more familiar for people. So that's an aside.
Yeah.
Bobby, I think the biggest thing here is that it has to be exclusive. I think Nintendo fans are a little sick of being given rewards for things that they already own.
Mm-hmm.
So two things that came up for me. I think that there are exclusive like variants that they could do. So when they come up with like a new amiibo, maybe they've got like almost like a misprint or like a slightly different color that you can get that would drive people crazy. And you throw a number like one of 3,000 on them, and people will go insane. Or like make it limited, make it exclusive, and make you feel lucky that you've saved up your points. And it sort of makes you think like, man, I don't want to spend it on whatever on this discount because I want to get it on this crazy like green, I don't know, like Fireflower 8-bit Mario amiibo. I think that would be great. And I think that the reason, like, making it a variant makes it cheap to produce, right? Like you still have the same mold and everything, or maybe it's a special edition controller that you just like paint a different color and it doesn't cost anything. I think the biggest thing is make it limited. 2,000 of these things, and they get that number on it. If there were limited editions, something on it. Holy crap! I'm getting. This is another one of those moments, Bob, where I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen. Why am I getting so crazy about it? I've got one other thing. When you mentioned this, I think one of the easiest things that really we see this with games as a service that keep going on and try to keep people interested, is make things seasonal. So if it's summertime, you've got some summer themed rewards, and when it's like Halloween or when it's Christmas and the holidays, you've got some, like, you can get like a Mario Santa, I don't even know, like a Christmas ornament or something like that. I think seasonal promotions that just kind of like play along with and just kind of make it fun would be way better, because you just need that like little time limit. I think it's all about the availability of it is limited, and you have to feel special that this is happening, because nobody's feeling special about a discount, because you can get a discount. Anybody can offer a discount. But some of these things you need a little special, Bobby. I feel like I'm making you sad.
No. My mind's churning, because as you're saying exclusives, I'm thinking
exclusive.
A couple things that I would do that would make people go crazy, man, go bananas for it. So number one, what I would do is I would offer the ability to have your own amiibo made of yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
So you send a picture of your me in, and they basically create this me amiibo for you. Be a little pricey. I wouldn't do it for cheap. You know what I mean? Like, but I would throw like maybe 20,000 platinum coins at it or something, like something crazy high, because it's going to cost you money or whatever. Maybe
I would do it 8-bit. Make it 8-bit so that you draw just like you draw the front facing pixel art, and then it morphs it into like a 3D like 8-bit, kind of like your Mario. I keep looking at your Mario amiibo back there.
Yeah,
that would be stellar, dude. I'd give myself a big old nose and everything.
Stop it. But I think something along those lines would be a lot of fun. Really cool.
That would be epic. That'd be a lot of points.
The other thing, because when you said seasons, what I thought was my mind automatically shifts to Animal Crossing. And with going with Animal Crossing, what that thought is whenever a new Animal Crossing game hits, but it could be put into other stuff, and I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole a little bit. But with Animal Crossing, what I would do is I would say, hey, if you spend this many points, you can now buy this furniture set. That's going to be exclusive. It's downloadable content that goes right to your game. We're going to have a new furniture set every month. This is the cost of it. Here you go. And then this way, it's like when someone comes to your town and they're like, oh my God, you got this crazy purple chair. Like, dude, where did you get this? Oh, I got it from my Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. And there you go. Now it's funneling more people in to go over that way. Then, another thing that I thought was, you got Mario Odyssey coming out. And one of the things with Mario Odyssey is all the outfits do the same thing. You could buy exclusive outfits through My Nintendo that when you're playing, if you're doing if the Let's Player is doing a video and he's like, you're like, where did you get that black goth Mario outfit? Like, where did that come from? Oh, I got it from My Nintendo. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to funnel more people through. I think small DLC things that are exclusive like that, people will spend money on. Like, if you look at
that's the thing. Like, this is actually not even just a rewards thing. That this is actually you spend money to get points. Like maybe you just dump money into almost like we're seeing a lot of loot crate kind of things happen with like basically any game online. You're just like, what am I going to get in this blind draw? And you can do that in this. And it's similar to the way that Amiibo work, where like maybe one of the rewards works in different ways across. Like it's a digital sort of Amiibo that unlocks different abilities or items or outfits and all these different things. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Like what if you got like a digital little, I don't even know, like a chibi robo.
Yeah.
And it just like, you get a different...
You're like looking behind me at Amiibo pulling off of me.
What else? What else am I going to do? I could look behind... Actually, I could look... What about a little Pikmin? Or I don't know. I just look behind me.
Yeah, man. It's really... really cool.
Why are they doing that? Why can't you just like, because people would spend like $50-$60 at a time for 12 loot crates and just like unlock all these digital goodies that work.
They tried it in England, but it wasn't digital stuff. It was physical stuff.
Well, that's your first mistake.
And
you don't try there first.
People were so... It was Nintendo directly. It was Nintendo. Nintendo UK was doing it, and Toby was livid because when he got his box, he was missing stuff. But he didn't know he was missing stuff until he watched other people do unboxings, and he's like, wait a minute,
but digital.
I know. But I'm just saying with the whole loot crate thing, like they tried to, but the digital way, like if you were to say like, I'm going to give you $12 a month, whatever the price is that you work it out to be. Oh my God. And you go, hey, you're going to get like this DLC pack, and you're going to get this DLC pack, and you're going to get an exclusive Mario Kart, you know, or just all these little things. Like, and then you know what's going to happen is people are going to be like, hey, I'm going to buy this because I want this cart I want this next cart that's coming out next month. And
oh gosh,
it would just be really cool. Like, I think that's a nice way to take digital, DLC to another level, but to tie it in with, your My Nintendo rewards. Like, I think
you tie all the three different things you talk about. You talked about achievements. That's one way to earn points. You can throw literal money at it, just dump money into this like bank account, or you get like when you buy a game that adds to your balance as well.
Yeah.
And then you just spend it however the hell you want, and that way it makes it fair, so that when things are exclusive, people aren't like, well, you got to pay to get this like special Pokemon. Like maybe there's a 1 in a million chance you get this legendary Pokemon or something like that. Like with like FIFA Ultimate Team or these like the Madden Ultimate Team things. Like all these the loot is it a random number generator or like an RNG system that like is proven everywhere? Nintendo just needs to take it and adapt it, and they will print money.
Well, when the time, like, they'll do stuff like for Pokemon, they'll be like, hey guys, go to Toys R Us today. But I've seen them do it where if you go to Toys R Us, you get a card that's exclusive to Toys R Us, and you can scan that in, and then that Pokemon will then come into your game. But you go to Target, and Target has a different one, and then you go to this one, and it has this one, and it's like, that'd be kind of cool to be able to do that stuff. And like, it would drive people into stores as well, but if you did it similar to that with this, and you were just like, hey, look, this month we have, this particular legendary Pokemon, he's going to be available for a week, and it's this many points. Like,
oh my God, pandemonium.
Yeah, you would just basically have people doing what you want them to do in order to get the stuff. You know, like I was one of the rare ones that when they had Club Nintendo and they would give you the surveys, I would actually fill them out legitimately.
So would I.
There's a lot of people who just flub through them just to get the points or whatever. But I would I would look at it and go like, this is my opportunity to tell them what I really think and move forward. And I would do that with this. And I would just be like, this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to do it. And
then they took away the server, so we started a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? You can't shut us up. You can't keep us down. We're going to find a way, Nintendo.
So,
let's say that even if you have a single point, if all you have, or whatever it is, a single coin, you should be able to pre-order any amiibo. How about that for a reward system? Man. How about that for a...
That would change the game. Well, I talked about that last night.
I know you did.
That would be dude. That's the way you got to do it. If they want to do pre-orders, that's the way to do pre-orders.
So my birthday's coming up, Bobby, and Chelsea just came up to me and she's like, "Look, I want to get you these things, but I need to and I want let's just say that amiibo birthday presents and Christmas presents are not going to be a surprise anymore because we need to coordinate on this crap."
Yeah.
Because she's right. Can't find anything, and she has to say like, "Okay, these are the ones that are actually." Now that I think about it, I may have forgotten. So maybe it will be a surprise.
I don't know that she got them, dude. I don't know that she got them.
She didn't get many. I think she got like one.
Yeah, she got like one. It's hard, man. It's a hot mess right now with Amiibo.
Shout out to Nin Mobile News though.
Oh, dude, let me tell you what, man.
Guess who doesn't have like those release dates listed on their website, or at least I couldn't find it. Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I have access to the press room. Yeah. They don't have it there. I go to Nin Mobile News. They got a better system over there.
Let me tell you what, man. So the night before, right before Amazon posted it, he says, I go to him, I go, Josue, I just want to make sure this hasn't gone up yet, right? The Skyward Sword one hasn't gone up yet. He's like, no, not yet. You got to see that time. I go, okay, cool. So he always does this. He did it with the Switch. He did it when we were trying to get you a NES Classic. He'll tweet out that it's available, and then all of a sudden he blows up my phone, and my phone is just, he puts the link and he's like, go, and then he just keeps typing go to give me alerts, and then I go click and I go over and I get it, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, you were amazing, dude. I was so happy, man, so I got that, and then I immediately did the same thing to Miguel, sent it to Miguel, like, go get it, man, go now, and he was able to get it. But the one is GameStop. That's the one that's eluding me right now, the Twilight Princess one. And I'm like...
You got the one that I really want is the Skyward Sword, which is so funny because I don't like Skyward Sword very much as a game, but that, to me, is by far the best amiibo that they released. And when they announced these things, I looked at them like, I don't know if I need that many more amiibo. Like, am I done? And I keep making this mistake. I should just pre-order it.
Yeah.
And then decide later like I did with the Switch because, goodness, I wish I got my hands on those things. And now I remember which ones Chelsea got for me. So she got the Smash series. So you got a couple from there.
Okay.
You got the two clouds. So I got and one of the Corins, I think.
Yeah.
So
and you were Best Buy. Dude,
this shipping thing and the thing that so just so everybody knows, I messaged Bobby. Was it yesterday or the day before? I guess it would have been the day before.
Yeah. And
I saw that Best Buy had some of these Bayonetta Player 2 available, and I had it in my cart, and I'm ready to go. And I'm like, why is this thing like $25? That's a lot. Best Buy doesn't up price or like it doesn't do, resale or scalper things. And I look and of course there's like $10 in shipping or $7 plus tax in shipping. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I want this thing, but I don't want to pay that much money for it. And all it says, if you spend $20, you get free shipping. And I'm looking through everything. I literally just go to like video game section and I sort by price. So you've got like 25-cent like clearance items like cables and stuff like that. And I finally get up to a $5 Animal Crossing amiibo as Lottie. And I'm thinking, well, of course, we have all the Animal Crossing amiibo. So I just fly right past it. And then just yesterday, I'm looking at our wall of amiibo, and Chelsea's got all her Animal Crossing things open, and I'm looking around. I'm like, where the hell's Lottie? We don't have Lottie. I missed out on Bayonetta Player 2 because I was too stupid just to go check if we had this thing. Of course, now it's long gone. I could have had – all I need to do is buy this stinking – and even if I should have just got it.
Yeah.
Because I like that Bayonetta Player 2. I should just to get – because it was cheaper than the shipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so
well, my
stupid
thing was
sometimes, Bobby. I need like a personal life coach or something. Somebody needs to just be with me at all times because I make stupid decisions all the time.
No, you don't. Come on,
Why am I on this show? Not that being on the show is a bad decision. I think for you to have me on, that's what I meant. I just want to clarify.
Just relax. So I actually thought about it yesterday. I'm like, I need to actually put together a grid. So I know that it's back to Amiibo back the way it was. So many got announced, and I got to make sure that I have them all ordered.
I know.
And where they're ordered at. So I'm actually going to do that today. I'm going to do an Excel sheet just to make sure that, like, I know that I've ordered it, where it's ordered at. Am I okay? Am I covered? Because I'm freaking out right now. Because this is the first time, man, I actually feel like what everybody else feels like. This is the first time I was not able to get an Amiibo, and I'm freaking out.
We should start like a Google document that lists them all, and then the release date and where to buy them, and then every other column is who's got it.
Yeah.
You know, a little Bobby column, you get a little check mark, a little Sean, a little Greg Caldwell, Luke Lohr.
I'm like freaking out, man. I'm so close to going on Amazon, going on eBay and importing it from Japan. And I'm like, just sit tight. Please just sit tight. Don't do this. Just give it another week. See what happens after this week. But I'm like so tempted to import from Japan. The problem is it's like $30. And I'm like,
here's the thing.
I've done it
you
before.
Start to see these Marths show up. You start to see these pits and dark pits show up again. And Lucas. And yeah, man. It's going to be fine.
That's what's having me hold tight. But it just drives me. And the advantage is at least I know that I've got the 3 that just got released. I got 2 out of the 3, and I know Dave Moore didn't. So I'm happy with that. I'm beating Dave, and that's all that matters. When it comes to the Amiibo arms race, as long as I beat Dave,
I'm not even close. I've tapped out for sure.
Well, him and I always go back and forth.
I know it's that stupid gold Mega Man that did it. That's when I realized I'm not getting everything. That and Mega Yarn Yoshi, because that thing was like $100.
That baby she's sweet. It's up there someplace.
I can't see it. I only see your mini. And Poochie. I need Poochie.
Poochie's awesome. You gotta get Poochie, man. Come on.
I literally haven't seen him.
Really?
Yeah, I have not seen him at all.
Oh man, I wish I would have known. I saw him last week.
Well, if you see him,
if you send me a list of what ones you're missing, then at least if I see him, I can buy him.
Okay, well we'll work on this spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Okay, well we'll talk.
That'll make sense.
All right.
Oh God! All right, so I think we're pretty much wrapped on time. I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about before we.
Now I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh Jesus! There's a shocker. That's
time to play Switch.
Next week we are going to dive into. Serge actually sent me a topic.
Grouchie Serge.
It's massive. It's a massive stuff. So I'm going to send it to you so you can kind of go through it too and see what it is. He sent me. I
need to work on getting him on We the Gamercast. We're shooting at different dates where I was like, I'm available here. He's like, I'm not here, but I'm available here. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. So we kind of did the whole like shuffling thing that kind of happens.
I gotta say congratulations to him too. He won an ambassador,
dude,
with SteamWorld.
Yes, and I can't wait to see it. I don't know if he's allowed to share it or not. Like Serge, like I don't know, man, because I saw Toby shared his with us, and I'm like, I can't even compete with that.
Oh, the ideas.
Like, there's no way. Yeah, like what was it called, like a parable or something, or I can't remember, some phrase or whatever that you had to write in like a miner's joke or something, little pun.
Yeah. And
Toby's was excellent. Yeah. So obviously Serge beat out Toby. So unless they just like deleted everything from the UK, that's possible.
No. It's possible. But the thing is, it's like, so I'm a part of this program. I won when they had SteamWorld Heist, and I'm still in it.
So good.
And it is amazing, dude. You get 3 digital copies of every single game that they release. So when SteamWorld Dig hits, when it releases on PlayStation 4, when it releases on Vita, when it releases on Xbox, when it releases on
Atari.
Apple, yeah, there's a possibility. You get 3 copies for everything. You get one for you, and you can share them. They always give me. Brian always emails me and he goes, "You want the same one UK and 2 American ones, North America?" And I was like, "Yes." And then the UK one goes to Toby. The Europe code goes to Toby, and then I divvy out the other one and I keep one myself. But they're just it's so amazing, dude. It is so.
Do you rub the codes on you? You're like, image and font codes for games.
No, I don't that's a bit creepy.
All right, just me then.
Just you.
All right.
But congratulations to Serge. That was really cool.
So cool, man. That was awesome.
So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us. On dayspace.com is a good place to go. WeTheNerdy.com is another place to go.
I need to stop you in the middle of this thing, Bobby, because I just went back to iPhone. I had to resubscribe. I got rid of my stupid Android, and I'm back on iPhone. I feel great about it, but I had to resubscribe to all my podcasts. And the coolest thing that I did was just search Dayspace, and all my favorite shows are there.
Yeah.
That is, and they're only getting more by the day.
Yep.
So Dayspace, our little super indie podcast network, is growing. It is the start of something beautiful.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry for interrupting.
We didn't do shout-outs.
Oh, dang it.
Wow. This is the first time ever.
Oh, no.
We didn't do
Geek Outs. Oh, we didn't do Geek Outs either.
Man. Let's end this show like we never end this show with our shout-outs.
Oh, this feels weird, Bobby.
No, it doesn't. We can pull it together. We can be okay. Let's start with possibly one of the newest members of Dayspace.com, and that would be Todd Oxtra, Secret Friends.
Yes.
I talked to him at length. He's on board, and now I leave it. What I do is I go in and I try to recruit people, and then I go, okay, Dave, now's your turn. You go in there and you close the deal and make the I'm just like, I tell everybody, like, it's all popcorns and marshmallows and unicorns here. Like, come on over. And then, then they go, oh, yeah, this is wonderful. I'm coming. And then I leave it to Dave to finish it. But, dude, it's good to see people coming. And Todd is such a good guy, man. He is such an amazing guy, man. And
yes, and our episode just went up.
Yes.
Where we were on Secret Friends United. Just went up, I believe, on Friday. So definitely go check that out. It was, we talked a little about E3, but in outside of the bubble, Bobby.
Yes, absolutely.
So we weren't right in the thick of it. We weren't exhausted.
Yes.
It was great chat. Awesome time. It's just, Todd is such a super nice guy. It almost makes me sick.
You know what he did for me, dude? I was on on
This is gonna make me sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Really is. Because I was on the episode, the Wonder Woman spoiler cast with him, right? And I talk about how, like, I never read Wonder Woman growing up as a kid, blah, 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 blah. The next day, dude, he's like, what's your email address? And I was like, I give it to him.
Stop.
And he sends me codes to Comixology for Wonder Woman comic books to download onto my iPad so I can read these books. I'm like, dude, who does this? This guy is amazing, man. Yeah. Such a good guy. I want to also give a shout out to Brendan Myers. I haven't brought his name up in a while, but dude, everything I do, he's there. He's supportive. Just a great guy, man. So amazing, man. Just love that guy. Seriously. Thank you so much, Brendan, for everything you do. Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple shout-outs.
Go ahead.
Jace Baldridge at Jace Plays Games, always supporting and shouting out and kicking up the stream. He was recently awarded the whole Twitch affiliate thing, so shout out to him. And also Josh Stapleton. I know we bring up his name, fairly, but he's right there with us every step of the way. Yeah. He took a little screenshot of him and his son, a little screenshot of him shooting some video. He's got a little project underway.
I know all about
this
project.
anybody who knows that this is coming, get excited. Anybody who doesn't know, go follow him at CRed_81 because that's gonna be big. He's been tossing this idea around, and it's funny. It's funny when you're making something and you're like, I don't know if this is a good idea, and everybody around you is like, dude, that is gold.
Yeah, man.
Make it happen. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah. This is exactly what's happening with Josh Stapleton right now. He has landed on something very, very special, and I can't wait to see it come to fruition, man. He's obviously given this thing a lot of thought. That's the Stapleton way, though.
Yeah, man. Dude, I did the
think about it, and then bam, Fortress of Nerditude.
I made the banner for him.
Nice.
I love it, dude.
I can't wait.
Dude, I'm so excited. So excited for that guy.
All right, those were sweet geek outs, Bob.
There we go. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us. iTunes, Dayspace, WeTheNerdy.com, over on Google Play, wherever you can get your podcast. Check us out. We love the support. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/Make Us Better. You can follow Sean on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. I don't know what you're doing with your hands.
I'm typing it.
Okay, you're typing it.
I'm typing it. My keyboard I keep by my face.
You can follow me on Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. Go check out the YouTube channel. Please check out Nintendo Talk over there, youtube.com.
Rate us. If you guys are on the toilet right now, rate us on iTunes. Let's get those ratings up.
Yes.
Do it.
That would definitely help. That would get us some exposure, get us checked out, all that stuff. That's all. See me
Peace
later.
out, Cub Scout. Yes, I got it. I did it.
At least not yelling at me like Toby. I was going to say that, and then he starts pouting.
I can't wait I want to hear more Nintendo PlayStation podcast. That thing comes out way too late in the week.
Monday, man. What are you talking about?
It's too late.
Oh my god.
Is it really Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday mornings. It goes up Monday morning at 5 o'clock.
All right, well, good. I'll listen to it then.
It's a good episode, man. It's a good episode this week. Really good episode.